Now, joining us today, we have the privilege of the Chief Executive Officer, Elisa Conti, if I'm saying that correctly. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. I love the enthusiasm. Let's go.
A pleasure. Yeah. So what we're going to do here is we're going to spend a lot of time divulging down the business, but today I really want to focus on kind of the product offerings and what you guys are doing under the hood. So let's discuss kind of the major product you're kind of offering up the hop here with basically chemotherapy induced diarrhea treatments. And you're kind of taking this from animals to like actual human, I guess, trials. You want to break that down for us first and foremost and just kind of expand on that?
Yeah. So let me give you the picture here. So the key product that we have approved right now is a natural plant-based product, sustainably harvested from the rainforest. It is an FDA-approved drug called crofelemer, and that is the generic name. Crofelemer is a brand name product for human pharmaceuticals sold under the name Mytesi for HIV-related diarrhea. So that is a product that Jaguar Health currently commercializes. What's wonderful about crofelemer is that it's a pipeline within a product. So under development in late stage final phase 3 clinical trials is crofelemer Mytesi for cancer therapy related diarrhea. And we're about 1 year away from having those final phase 3 clinical trial results, which is transformative in terms of the number of patients, blockbuster in terms of the number of patients, no alternative need, and of course how that translates to all the stakeholders and shareholders in the company. Simultaneous with that, we have crofelemer for short bowel syndrome, which is a classic rare disease orphan drug business model opportunity that will progress through a proof of concept and therefore patient availability of the product in about the same time period, 12 to 15 months, through a company that we established in Europe. The second product that we have on the market right now is crofelemer for dogs with chemotherapy-induced diarrhea, which is remarkably analogous to the situations that humans find themselves in with cancer therapy-related diarrhea, and it will be available in the second quarter.
That's great to hear. Now, expanding even farther from that, I mean, you guys have mental health, entheogen therapeutic initiatives here and kind of expanding somewhat into the psychedelic sector. You want to break that down a little bit as well?
Oh, yes, very exciting. So this company has been around for 30 years, and we do all drug discovery from plants used traditionally in tropical areas. We meet with and partner with shamans and healers in rainforest areas of the world and have a consult from our medical professionals to the shamans, the medical professionals. And over 30 years, we've collected a database of 2,300 plants, 35 plant extracts, again, with firsthand traditional medicinal use in the field. So as we are focused in the GI area, but as we looked at these companies that are very exciting, that are looking at new ways of treating and even curing mental health disorders with psilocybin and MDMA and ketamines, what's the next generation of those new mechanisms of action, of new ways of treating these disorders? So we look through our database and we're leveraging and mobilizing what we do best, which is the plant-based knowledge, and looking to partner with the companies that have significant resources to do the development, the regulatory development.
That's incredible. You guys have such a unique approach to these different sectors for a newer audience, because obviously when we're talking about, say, diarrhea treatment, these are very probably more or less unheard of. And like you said, very untapped markets. Can you talk about the market scope and just how you guys are fitting within it?
Yeah, so crofelemer is a first-in-class product, meaning it is a totally new mechanism of action, totally new way of treating and potentially curing gastrointestinal disorders. And what it does basically is it normalizes gut function in an AIDS patient, in a cancer patient, in a Crohn's disease patient, in an IBS patient. All those other indications are under development. The only one that we sell right now and approved for right now is HIV. But what's important here is diarrhea is often thought of as supportive care, quality of life, patient comfort, and sometimes reimbursement organizations don't value that enough. But they have a little bit more urgency when you move, for example, to cancer therapy-related diarrhea. In both humans and dogs, about 40% of the time, the patient has to go off their therapeutic dose of their cancer agent, of their life-saving agent, because of the side effect of diarrhea. And so now you're impacting the outcome in a positive way, potentially, of the cancer therapy. And when I say first-in-class, new mechanism of action, what do we all think of, like Imodium or loperamide, something you go to the drugstore to get? Those are opioids. They work by the mechanism of constipation. And obviously you can't stay constipated chronically, and that's not a good thing to do in a complicated patient that has lots of other medicines that they need to be absorbing.
I have to say, this is rather fascinating. So what we're going to do here, Lisa, is we're going to come back around and I want to discuss kind of just the cost structure behind this, maybe some of the more balance sheet based questions, and maybe talk about some of the capital structure as well. But on that note, I really appreciate these insights today. Thanks so much for coming out.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Always a pleasure. On that note, folks, I pass the question off to you. Let us know what you think in that comment section below. We'd love to know your thoughts. On top of that, consider subscribing, because as news comes down the wire, we're going to start updating you here. But stay cool, stay awesome. And as always, I look forward to catching you in the next one.